Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're miles away from you, but it's nice to be here. We're here early because we've got things at St James's Park we're committed to, and much earlier than usual. We apologise for that. My name's John Gibson. The guest I've got with me tonight, Newcastle United legend Malcolm MacDonald. Malcolm, if I can ask you, Man City won all 8 games this season, 6 in the Premier League, 2 in Europe, including winning the Super Cup, and they beat Newcastle 1-0 in the league already. However, and there is a wonderful however, in the last game we won 8-0 and away from home, and maybe it was only Sheffield United, some cynics would say, but City went to Sheffield United just a few weeks back and only won 2-1, not 8-0, 2-1. So that was some performance by Newcastle. Maybe we lost at Man City, but this is home, not away. Pep will be without quite a few players, so there's genuine hope tonight.
There certainly is, but sadly Newcastle without Harvey Barnes, and he's out for a long time.
Yeah.
So I think we wish him well.
Yes, first and foremost. He's out for months.
Yes.
Yeah. Heck of a. I think that's more of a blow for him, Malcolm, than for the club. With utmost respect,
he's still getting used to his surroundings and the circumstances that have changed for him by coming up here. So yeah, it's a hiccup that he really didn't need at all.
It's horrendous for the lad. But when you think on the left side, we can even shuffling the team. Gordon's been sensational. He's there, yeah. But also his backup, Isaac can play on the left. Joe Linton, when he's fit, can play on the left. Anderson can play on the left. And even now Kieran and Murphy, they can jump around to cover the position.
They certainly can. We are really well covered on the flanks, I have to say. But it's probably through the middle where we're maybe short of numbers.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, getting back to this evening's game, Man City, without a shadow of doubt, the best club side in the world. But they're going to be missing Rodri, De Bruyne, Stones, and players who's going to West, like Walker, etc. So their fringe players are almost as good as anybody else's first team. But there's a genuine chance of progress, I feel.
For Newcastle,
yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But Manchester City, Pep Guardiola has worked through the years to create literally 2 sides in that squad. Where we look at Newcastle, we've still got a long way to go to be as expansive as Man City are right now.
Sure.
But we will get there in time. So I think though that looking back at last Saturday was quite extraordinary.
Oh,
it really was, and if heavens above, if that doesn't just completely lift all confidence in the side, and well, I suppose that we can look on playing Man City as they won the Champions League last night. It's a good little warm-up for Paris Saint-Germain.
Yes, it is. I mean, the interesting thing, 8-0 with 8 different goal scorers, which is a phenomenal record. I mean, the couple of games that stand out for me where Newcastle went berserk on goals was Bobby Robson's first home game as manager. We beat the other Sheffield side.
Sheffield Wednesday, wasn't it? Yeah.
By 8 and Shearer scored 5. And if you go back far enough, the record for Newcastle was 13 scored against Newport County, which incredibly Newport County actually, it wasn't a cup game, they were actually in the same division as Newcastle. Quite amazing. And it was Len Shackleton's debut and he scored 6 on his debut, which is stupendous. But those 2 games, Malcolm, were at home. These were away. This was away. Yes. And it's quite, and people will say, Sheffield United, not a good side. But I tell you what, you went to the 90th minute at Spurs and they were leading before they were turned over.
And they weren't happy about what happened.
And Manchester City, as I say, just won 2-1 there.
That's right.
And I mean, you know what I found interesting and a bit sad was Pep. Pep in his press conference this week has almost got his retaliation in before we've had a punch. He's sort of already prepared everybody, said, oh, it's terrible, we play far too many games, the FA aren't looking after us, we can't even get a plane to take us back from Newcastle so we can rest, we're going to have to go on a bus, etc, etc. Wait a minute, Pep. We are playing exactly the same as you this season. We are also in the Champions League. So, you know, Pep is beginning to whinge against a side that's got the same problems as he's got, or the same delights as he's got. I think he's trying to be very crafty, so that if they win against all the odds, and if they lose, well, it's understandable, because Pep said what was wrong.
Yeah, I always feel that when you meet a whinger, they should be punished.
Well, this was a very good opportunity to do that.
And tonight is certainly that opportunity. And I look back to last season, the same fixture, albeit in the Premier League, yes, it was the most fantastic game I think that I have ever witnessed in terms of sheer absolute quality. And Newcastle, they were much the better side until about 20 minutes from the end. And they were 3-1 up at the time, and then Man City turned it on. And it was 20 minutes of the most sublime, incredible football that I have ever witnessed in my life. And they got a point out of it, drawing 3-3.
But we've got to remember from that game, Malcolm, they had this incredible 20 minutes, as you said, but we had an incredible hour before they had their 20 minutes.
Precisely, John. We had a really incredible hour, and there were other chances that didn't quite come off.
I mean, the interesting thing tonight, I was saying with you, you know, the Pep side is not going to be full of strength. He's going to rest people, and he's got Rodri suspended, and De Bruyne and Stones injured.
Yes.
So you're already saying, no, I'm not putting out a full side. For me, the key is almost not the side he puts out, but the side Eddie puts out.
Absolutely. And I really do hope that Eddie doesn't start messing about. You know, let's get the strongest side out. It needs the strongest side tonight to take on whatever 11 Manchester City put out. But let's look on it that we can progress. That Man City, they haven't lost yet this season, but they are beatable. They certainly are not an unbeatable side.
I mean, the interesting thing on team selection, and I'm not going to try to forecast what Eddie do, because that's almost impossible on ordinary games. On this game, where there's the possibility of resting players, because let's be truthful, the League Cup is in the early stages, like it is now, will be third in his pecking order to the Champions League and the Premier League, without a shadow.
Yes, but also the season, it's still in its infancy at the moment. Why does anybody need a rest? I really don't understand that at all. You know, I really used to get bored if the week only had one game in it. I wanted to play 2 games.
This appealed to you then?
Yes. Yeah, I'd rather play a game.
Weekend appeals. The interesting thing, if he does try to shuffle the pack, and he's tended to do that since we've got into this 3 games a week thing, he's got Tonali, I'm generalising, he's got Tonali that can come in. He's got 2 fullbacks that he's spent an awful lot of money on, and Livermore and Hall, who can come in, and Tonali, and he's got to decide what happens out wide at both positions, and does he rotate his centre forwards yet again between Callum Wilson and Isak. I'm not going to ask you what he'll do, because nobody knows by him, what would you do?
Well, I think that with Wilson, you have to be a little bit careful. Has he got the fitness to? And I don't mean general fitness. I mean
Injury-wise.
Injury-wise, can he actually take 2 lots of 90 minutes in 4 days? And I'm not so sure.
He certainly can't take 3 lots, Malcolm. So if he played Saturday, he's gonna. If he played tonight, he wouldn't play Burnley.
No, that's right. Or he might just have the last 20 minutes or so. But I think interchange them. Who should you start with? Personally, I think I'd start with Isak if we were going to interchange.
With Callum.
And then I'd bring Callum on a snob with about half an hour to go.
Would you play Almiron and Gordon wide, or would you rest Gordon for Burnley and Paris Saint-Germain?
Yeah, now that the lad is out injured, Barnes, bless him, I would, if he were fit, I would prefer to see him on the left, and I would
Gordon on the right.
play Gordon on the right. But at the moment, I really don't feel that there's a lot of positivity coming from Almiron at all. He's sort of busy, but what does he actually succeed in doing? And it's not a lot. He had that one little goal scoring period last season, which was great, wonderful, but then it came to an end, and he's not been able to pick it up at any time since.
I mean, he did score on Saturday, but everybody did. 8 different people.
Yes.
I mean, I would have fined Nick Pope for not coming up on a corner and sticking a header in the net, because he was one of the ones that didn't score. I would definitely have taken something off his wages. What was he up to? But I mean, the number 1 wide man at the moment, before we finish, regardless of team selection because of all the games, number 1 wide man at the moment is Anthony Gordon.
Yes, without a shadow of doubt, yes. We're now starting to see that burst of speed that he has, and it gets him beyond the defender, and then the world is his oyster once he's in that situation. And you can see that other players, they're wanting to get into the opposing area.
Because they know.
Because they know that it's going to be coming in from him. And I love to see the way that he's doing it at the moment. I'd just like his first touch to be a little more controlled. If he can get the ball under control that fraction of a second quicker, then he's that little bit earlier in attacking the defender.
Before I ask you what the result's going to be tonight, put you on the spot, a very interesting question. We play Manchester City tonight in the League Cup, which last season, this year, took us to Wembley. We then play Burnley in the Premier League, where we need 3 points because we're trying to get in the top 4 to qualify again next season for the Champions League. And then we've got Paris Saint-Germain in the first Champions League match at St James's Park in 20 years. What's your pecking order?
Do you know, I can see tonight going to penalties. I really can.
But which result would you prefer if we can't win all 3? Which result? Winning tonight, beating Burnley, or beating Paris Saint-Germain?
Good question.
Hard one, isn't it?
I'm greedy.
You want all 3, don't you?
Yeah, you've got to go, or at least I want to see them really going for it. I don't want to see weakened sides being thrown out onto the field. I want to see everybody really going for it. And if they give up 100%, then I don't think we can argue the toss with them.
The incredible thing, Malcolm, is that we know, however brilliantly we do in the Premier League, and we do brilliantly to get 4, however brilliantly we do in the Champions League qualifying from the group, realistically we're not going to win either. So we're going to win, our next trophy is going to be domestically. If we go out tonight, and heaven forbid, but I'm saying if we do, we've still got the FA Cup, of course we have.
Yes,
but we've got to have a look at the domestic trophies.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, yes. What we've got to do is learn to be greedy.
Yes.
You know, and I see other clubs being greedy.
Don't be grateful, be greedy.
Be greedy, yeah. And to hell with everybody else. You know, that if we're in the cup, it's ours. It's ours. It's ours to lose.
Absolutely. To finish, Malcolm, and I know you said there the Gibbo indication you couldn't see according to penalties. I believe, and I don't know if it's my head or my heart, I believe we'll get through tonight. The way we get through is what I'm debating. Do we squeeze through on a single goal difference, whether that's 1-0 or 2-1 in the 90 minutes, or do we beat them on penalties to go through? I think one way or another we win. What are you looking for as the final outcome of tonight?
Don't lose.
So it means you've got to win because you can't draw.
Yes, that's right. You know that.
You can't draw and then go to penalties.
Sure, sure. But look at it this way: that beat Manchester City, and you've got the best team out of the competition.
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
And so let's make the home advantage count tonight.
I'm not a great fan of Manchester at the moment, having lost to Manchester United as well.
Yeah.
I'd be quite happy to see City go down the pan. Ladies and gentlemen, the game tonight, we won't be back because it's far too late, but we'll be in here again on Saturday at a much more civilised, later time to give everybody a chance to be with us, and we'll be returning after the game to talk about the victory over Burnley. Enjoy tonight, enjoy the match, may the best team win, and may that side be Newcastle United. Thank you so much, take care, bye bye.
See you Saturday, everyone.